Hello and well. I am the Last Hit Point Hero, and you have found your way to Neon Lights Roleplay. We are so very glad you're here and hope you enjoy your stay. Tonight, we return to our playthrough of the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure module, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. First and foremost, no attempts to make the story child appropriate have occurred. This is a tale of cold isolation, alien incursion, and self centered divinity. This actual play stream contains adult language descriptions of violence and light gore, scary images, and generally speaking, a great deal of cold. Our players are here to warm the night. Safety tools are in place for the players, but you as a viewer do not have such a luxury, so if you have any sensitivities to the listed topics, please keep a teleportation spell prepped and readied, but barring that readied action, trigger, kick back, relax, keep all heads, hands, paws, and claws inside the stream at all times. Slap the follow button to join the wonderful world of Neon Lights Roleplay. Click the Discord link, which spontaneously appears in chat by unknowable, mysterious, and magnificent ways. And, above all else, be good. That's the rule. Be good. As for our players, we shall go around our digital table, have them introduce themselves and say hello. Tonight, for introductions, I thought let's just say reasons for now, reasons they may or may not uncover, I would just toss together some randomly generated sentences to, see what wisdom RN Jesus has for them today. So, beginning directly below me. That city gnashed the shrubbery under this moon. It's heck.
What?
That city gnashed the shrubbery under this moon.
I see. Okay. I'll try to keep that in mind. Throughout tonight, and I don't know, and in life, I guess. Everybody, it's me, Sir Hecala. I'm here. I'm on your screen, and tonight I am back with Astoria. It has been a hot minute. She is alive, and well, yeah, we took a long rest, so she's well again. Um, she is our ASMR lore bard. Um, and she uses she her pronouns, and I use she they pronouns. So yeah, I think that's all the things. Let's keep on keeping on.
Absolutely continuing down and around. Break a city in this rabbit. Al.
Right inside the rabbit. My name is Al, my pronouns are they, them, and I play one of our many bards, Mirth, who is a copper dragonborn. He likes rabbits. He likes bunnies.
Aww. He likes a lot of things, and it's just fantastic.
It is.
Continuing down, around, over, through, that way. This way? That way. Whichever way. Pull this mellow, brainy doctor. It's tea.
Wow. All right then. I'm T. I use he, they pronouns. I'm playing Brom, the human paladin, who uses he, him pronouns. And he'll hopefully not continue to be purple today, but we'll see. And that's it.
And last but not least for this week, get a village at this mild manner ball. It's Janie.
Hi, I'm Janie. I play May, a human bard. I'd like to say that the ball is in 3 nights, and if you want to arrive, you need to have an invitation that is carved out of the finest walnut, and the words are burned into it, and you'll get it in about 12 hours. So check outside of your window. I'll knock 3 times.
That is simultaneously amazing and creepy, but I will be watching.
Leaving my window open.
Waiting for that invitation. And due to some technical issues, an entire busted up laptop, we will not have Squiggles with us this evening, but he will return in 2 weeks as long as all goes according to plan. As for myself, I am the Last Hit Point Hero. I will be the DM this evening. I personally use the he, him pronouns and tend to occupy whatever personalities they would like to run into in the middle of this empty vault. So we'll see how that goes. But that is us around the table day. As for this evening, a little bit of bringing everyone up to speed. The party have been spending the past several days of game time, past several months, almost year of real lifetime, within the Frostmaiden's vault. They have explored many different rooms, discovered many different potential allies, enemies, ran into a party of drow, got in a fight with a party of drow, made friends with one of the members of the party of drow. There's been a lot going on. As for now, they're continuing to kind of explore, see what they find within this vault, and see which path leads deeper to the lost city of Yithrin. This Atlantean locale where they hope to find a mithril so that they can end winter's last breath, the curse that the Frostmaiden has set over all of the land of Icewind Dale, which is quickly but slowly crawling its way across the landscape. So that is bringing everyone up to speed. Before we pick up in a room where a giant's spear was found, we'll have the camera pan across this ice cavern that they've been exploring. Room to room to room, we see icicles and cloudy ice and swirling snow. Each of these rooms empty, each void, each now meaningless as their purpose has been cleared out. A forgottenness to them settles deep. Swirling snow remains, and one slowly growing ball of rage. It is a goddess who is losing all that she has held tight to. So that is where we are. We will go back to the party. I will reset the scene where you are, let you know which direction you are going, and we can kind of pick up more or less where we left off. So all of you are in a room that has a layer of ice over an absolutely massive mammoth, a giant-sized mammoth, a mammoth large enough for a giant to ride. Not any giant, but the same giant that Hush befriended, frozen in the ice. Well, befriended. That Hush took a shine to, frozen in the ice.
Vladimir.
Yep, absolutely. You did learn that his name is Vladimir. And you learned that through his spirit, which was instilled in the spear, that through joint effort you pulled forth from the ice, and Hush is currently spinning around wildly like a child given the cardboard roll of the world's largest wrapping paper, spinning in circles. And that is what will occupy Hush for the foreseeable future. So that is where we leave off. As for the rest of you, that's where we are. So you tell me, what is the plan?
Well, let's see. So we looked in this room. We found some things.
The 25-foot spear, the spirit of Vladimir.
Vladimir's gone, right?
Yep, it was just the spirit instilled some strength into May, and that helped May to help all of you pull the spear out of the ground. And that's kind of as far as we've gotten. You were traveling to the east through these caverns back toward the grove that you rather quickly left not all too long ago. You're still there.
Discord, what the hell? It was just like, hey, there's no route. I'm gonna disconnect you. What even?
Did we take our rest?
There hasn't been a long rest or anything yet, so that can be taken whenever you'd like. If you want to take it in here, everywhere seems equally safe or not safe. So
May's going to set up the tent. She's not like waiting for anybody to say yes or no. She's just setting up the hut.
okay, you begin casting the spell for the hut.
Yes.
What's everyone else doing as May begins that cast?
Well, Brahm would probably pray.
Seems like a Bromful thing to do.
Bromful.
He's got a few moments. He's taken a knee to kneel and think about things.
Yeah.
Astoria, Mirth, What's the plan while this gets set up?
And probably helping set up like I don't know, like a fire or something like that. Like probably should keep warm down here.
That
Well, you're. Go
the
ahead.
coldness in the air is something that has almost gone forgotten. You've grown numb to it because of how prevalent it has been. Brahm alone isn't touched by the cold anymore, but everyone else still feels that icy breath.
Is
No,
he
I'm
still
still
blue?
cold. I'm still cold. I'm from a warm place. This is just way too much.
Okay, but is Brom still blue canonically? We touched base on this, but
Yes.
He's still,
So,
he's still
he
blue.
is.
as a
okay.
reminder,
Cool.
yes, Brahm
He
is
still is.
currently a shade of purple, a deep shade of purple.
Or purple, right?
Yep.
I thought we were just teasing him, but we have reason to, which is great. We
Yes.
still do. It's still on. Okay, cool.
Something
He
that's
just took
easy
off
to
his
forget
helmet.
until Brahm takes his helmet off is that, yes, currently he is a shade of purple.
Yes, he's extremely purple. I don't think they noticed he was purple until now because he's had his helmet on for the entire combat.
Oh my god.
It's entirely possible that no one has seen that Brahm is purple yet, including Brahm.
Brom probably has no idea. He takes his helmet off because, it's kind of uncomfortable. And he'd kneel to pray.
Who would be the first to
I think that's
notice a
first.
purple Brahm?
Okay, here's what I think might be true. You asked what we were doing. Mirth is helicopter all over Astoria right now, like following her every movement and being generally a lanky, annoying friend. And I think he's sort of like helping with the fire by sort of like holding some like the wrong kind of tinder and just sort of standing there. And I think he's like probably, I imagine him asking Astoria a lot of welfare check questions, but he glances up at one point over his shoulder to make a comment to Brahm, sees Brahm's violetness, and just busts a gut with that sort of near hysterical laughter of people that have witnessed a friend die and then come back, and then the magic of an enormous man with a like spirit emerge. Like there's just a lot. There's a lot, and it's coming out in the form of laughter that's like a hair away from tears.
Brom just kind of looks at him like, and then looks down at himself like, what?
Your face. Oh my god. Have you seen yourself? Your face.
My face.
It's such a funny face.
Brom looks vaguely like insulted. He has that expression that people get like when you flick water in their face, and it's kind of like,
Yeah. Brom, look at your hand. Take your greaves. Look at your hand.
he pulls his glove off and sees that his hand is also a very dark purple. He is the color of Minthara right now. Just like
Mirth
looks
is
at
cracking up. Was it those?
Oh.
Was it the fruit you ate earlier?
Oh, I ate a lot of them, he says
Yeah.
under his breath.
Yeah.
I ate
Nope.
some and I'm not purple. Are we sure it's
Okay.
just the fruit?
I think I
Something
ate too
happened.
many.
As you look down at your hand and kind of observe the purpleness, you start to see like these dancing sparks of light begin to take form. And you recognize it. It's a spell that's been cast around you before. It looks quite a bit like. Well, it looks like a fairy fire spell.
Oh,
Ooh, now he's sparkling. Mirth says.
And it's not encasing you, but you feel you have the sense you could direct it.
he'd direct it towards the mammoth just out of curiosity.
Absolutely. You cast Fairy Fire on the mammoth. It functions exactly as you'd expect the spell to function, and you are slightly less purple.
He looks with
That
he
really
looks at it
looks
with
so
surprise.
cool. A mammoth under the ice lit up with like sparkling flame is
It's so cool.
probably trippy as hell.
You have this
Yeah.
scintillating light that is sparking across the room.
The best Christmas lights.
the best
That's what I
Christmas lights.
The
imagine.
dead
The
mammoth.
absolute best Christmas lights on that perfect evening where the snow has fallen and ice has crusted its surface, where not a single footstep has broken it, reflecting twinkling light.
Wow. It's so horrible up here. I sometimes forget how beautiful it is.
It's beautiful.
Once we get rid of her, it'll be exclusively beautiful again. No more horrible.
I hope so, says Brom, crossing his arms. He puts his gauntlet back on and looks around. We should probably keep exploring.
Probably sleep first. As May finishes up the spell, May, what's the plan after spell
I'm
is up?
putting on the pot and making some whatever we have to eat.
It's good. I always
And-
hand wave such things, so
Yeah, and then after that, I'm telling everyone to come and eat because we're going to rest because we've been traveling for a long time and kind of need this, especially since we might not be able to do all our spells.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah, didn't everyone use most of their spells previously?
Except for May.
Yeah.
but there have been characters out of spells for multiple sessions at this
Yep.
point, I think.
Yeah.
There have been a character that raise your hand if you illegally used a spell, not on purpose. Broke the law, officer. I
Illegally
plead
used.
guilty. No, I was like, I do not have any more bardics. Like left, apparently, but I didn't mark it. Anyway, that's gonna change after a nap.
There you
Yeah,
go.
May is
Good.
just like making sure everybody eats and rests. Just there's no answer. Just sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's anything anyone wants to address specifically, then we will have the night pass.
I have a question. This is just a prompt, if it's okay.
Absolutely.
So at the beginning of our journey, our characters came in bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and cold as hell. But now it's been a few weeks in game, and I was curious if there's anything that reflects visually in your character besides the purpleness that is different from when we first saw them on screen. You know what I mean? Like any cool equipment that are neat visuals to think about, or the way they comport themselves. I can
May,
speak for Mirth. He's now much more sensible than he was the way he first dressed when he came up from Waterdeep and the circus performing. He has now embraced a nice quality coat. He has embraced having proper foot wraps. Like he's now a parka enthusiast in a way he was not when he first arrived.
when May first arrived, she I forgot where she joined y'all at. I just remember the ship.
Yep. You were
Yeah.
teleported to the pirate ship. That's where you
Okay.
were brought in. You were brought in from your home directly to the pirate ship a long time ago, speaking to the whale. Came up.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's right.
It was
I
so
forgot about that. Oh my god.
That was a good scene.
yeah, but she showed up, dressed for summer weather, and now she's got. I'm pretty sure she's got like a. Rom gave her a cloak,
Yep. You were given Brahm's cloak right away.
Rom's cloak, and then she's got the nether these I think cloak that she found, and the hat thing on, and no, I don't know if she has a hat. I think it's a staff, but she's a lot colder. I don't want to say
Yeah.
colder, but she is. She's just in
Yeah.
demeanor and everything.
Yeah, she should have a. Brom did give her a wool cloak, so hopefully that helps a little bit.
Yep.
But she's also colder, like in demeanor and in attitude. And
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Astoria, you walked up to the Southern Star originally.
Uh-huh. Came from the desert too, so I imagine that she largely has shed like, that very light, breathable clothing for more like dense, actually insulating clothing. I think she also got someone's cloak at some point. I don't even remember. Like, I think that's what we started with. So there's probably aspects of that still around, just for more or less sentimental reasons, at this point. Um, but yeah, I think it's been more of a sense of adaptability going from one very like opposite environment to the other. Um Both still very harsh and unforgiving, but again, way different on the spectrum. Um that's, yeah, I think a really interesting aspect of how she carries herself. She didn't really know what to do at the beginning of all of that. But since learned from the other folks, there's probably aspects of her actions that kind of reflect different members of the party, both still present here or have, come and gone. Um just things that she's learned. She tends to pick up pretty quickly. Um, but yeah, that's kind of the gist of it.
She's winged, right?
Mhm.
At all
Oh,
times?
not at all times. No, like
Okay.
like a minute at a time.
Okay, got it.
It's still cool as
Yeah.
heck, though. Love when it happens.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Cool as heck.
I know. I was like, I'm being punny.
But
Amazing.
Uh, and then Brahm.
What is Brahm doing? Brahm would probably.
Oh, how has Brahm's look changed?
How has his look changed since the adventure started?
Yeah, you also walked in to the Southern Star a long, long time ago.
Yeah. Well, he's become much more gaunt than he used to be. He looks like he lost weight and probably some condition as well. His cheeks have become more hollowed and it's made him look older.
Yeah.
Not much
Perfect.
older, but he looks more like he's in his 30s now than in his mid-20s, which is what he is.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, with those images in mind, the group gather and have their meal, reflect on the time that has passed in this cold land, and one by one, settle off to bed to sleep. The night, or in this case, the day, passes. I need to make sure I write it down, because somewhere far away, a wall of ice and wind advances across the land of ice.
The
Boo.
Long. It is 5 in the afternoon on the 24th of Alturia. That is. You awaken one at a time. Come to you back into fullness. Brahm is still very purple. Not as purple as before casting Fairy Fire, but still purple.
We
A
have to
lighter
cast
shade.
it out.
And yeah, everyone feels rested, rejuvenated. Spells are returned, hit points are returned, and you may continue as you see fit.
Okay, so you all have to stay safe. Do we have any additional armor or anything that we can wrap people in, like Astoria?
I mean, all
Well,
I've got is
anything-
extra jewelry.
I was like,
Just
anything
fashion
any
armor.
heavier, and I'll probably be pinned to the ground. I don't know if that's the best idea.
But we have to keep you safe. Well, I
Nay,
think, like,
I have plenty to keep me safe, and now multiple sets of eyes that are being hyper vigilant at this point. I appreciate the effort, though.
I have the
rest
eyes of
you
a
can-
hawk and the ears of a fox.
Well, the rest of you can't have that happen to you either. I wish I could just make like a magical tent all day to keep you all in. Okay, well,
Alas.
yeah, we should probably do some exploring while we have a moment.
So, as we have been with exploration, I will group you all up and just kind of move a little bit at a time. Let you know of any changes or things that make sure that the screen changes. Yeah, it does. Okay. You make your way back into the hallway, that twisting hall that you once chased the drow through, or ran from the drow. It's chased them and were followed. You make your way through its twists and its turns until you're back into the Frozen Grove, this place where the Dryad lives. The trees are still present. Heavy purple fruits hang from multiple branches. There's no sign of the Dryad anywhere, but you know that she was skittish, and so it's hard to tell if there's reason to be concerned or if it is merely par for the course.
Am I able to grab a couple of fruits?
You can, yes. 1 second.
Here we go again.
My ice machine sounds like
Oh.
someone is drilling into a wall.
The ice
It is.
machine?
Wow.
Really, the ice machine?
That was the ice machine, yes. That is my son unable to go to sleep without an ice water standing there.
Don't worry, I feel it. I need ice water too. I hate just regular water.
I just think it's funny that ice and we're playing this Mars
I know.
World.
I know.
The irony.
The natural sound effects of Icewind Dale.
Yes. That coincide
Dale.
with my household. So within this room, there are a number of exits, some of which are easier to see than others. Now, kind of to remind you, if you do not have dark vision, Mirth is constantly glowing now. That was a spell that was permanently cast on them quite a while ago.
Was it cast on me or Astoria?
Oh, it's Astoria. Why is...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So-
Astoria's the one that like turned into
Astoria,
a sun.
you are no longer glowing because you died and came back.
No.
Your glow is gone.
Unfortunate.
It's like that scene in Hercules.
No.
The
Also, I
permanent light has faded.
misspelled your name as Herc earlier, so it's on the mind.
It was a foretelling. But no, it was Mirth has a light. That's why the glow is on Mirth. So kind of assuming a safe exploration of the room, I'll work your way around it. As you go counterclockwise around the room, there is some kind of a passageway and cavern that goes to the south. There is another a little bit further east that also appears to go kind of a southeasterly direction. Working your way further, there is a section of cave that goes directly east. I lost the entire party. And then circling around, there is another section that goes northeast until you go all the way back to the ice slide that you escaped the Remoreses from and when you originally came in. So those are kind of 4 options. I'll put you back where you entered the room, and you all can let me know how you want to proceed.
Do any of the entrances look used in any way at all more recently, or are they all just sort of blandly icy and similar?
Go ahead and give me a survival check. We'll see.
Okay. Hold on while I get a roll. Uh, 16?
16. Yep. As you make your way around, you do see that there was some kind of a conflict here of sorts. You do recognize the footprints that you associate with the drow, who were kind of slinking around this entire room. You recognize your own footprints. With a 16, it looks as though the drow explored none of the rooms beyond that. So you can't see any footprints that left this. Oh no, except for one. There's a set of footprints that go down the second entrance going counterclockwise. The one that goes to the south and the east.
Whose footprints? Any of ours or drow sized?
Just drow sized. It was most
Okay.
with a 16, you're comfortable saying with what you already know, these are probably drow footprints that went down that direction and came back.
Okay. Well, it seems like any route is as good as any. Do we want to try south?
Yeah.
Go
Arbitrary?
counterclockwise. That sounds like a systematic way to do it.
Yeah, no, good
Absolutely.
idea.
All right.
We'll approach
Yeah,
it that way.
I'll walk in front and making sure that, nothing happens to my group.
May is in
Yeah.
ultra protective mode.
May is in ultra protective
Look.
modes.
He saw multiple people like get eaten up by things and die, and
Yep.
Perfect.
I think that's a very normal reaction to have. Okay.
Yeah.
I would probably feel that way also.
Everyone is comfortable with where I put you. That's great. Otherwise, you can kind of position yourselves how you want within this room. Just don't go past May,
yeah.
and I will let you know what you see. And minor adjustment.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yes, you
I
do
want-
see
or
those, but they're not
What
that
we
big.
see or what they see?
They would be
Those big-ass
so
eyes.
large. That's horrifying.
Yeah, that would be
God.
horrifying.
What are those?
I
Nothics.
will
They're
let
little
you know
weirdos.
very
They're your friend Richard.
Your terrible
No.
friend, Richard.
Don't
Oh,
send me
no.
friends. They'll be so upset.
As you
I
make
don't know
your
why I said
way into this room, the light begins to reflect off the icy walls, and it's no different than any other space. It tends to spark off the different facets of the ice chamber walls, and you all find yourselves pausing abruptly, as at the very edge of the light picks up a shadow, and you can just make out shapes right at the edge of the dim light surrounding you. This particular chamber only has about 10-foot high ceilings. And at the very, very edge of your vision, there are 4 creatures hunched together. Not in any kind of a hostile pose, merely drawn in on themselves. They have spiny backs and sharp claws. And the one at the very corner, as the dim light passes over it, its head turns up towards you, and a massive, almost grinning mouth of needle-like teeth sits below a single oversized eye that occupies 60% of its head.
What color's the eye? How are the lashes?
The lashes are thin, almost non-existent, but numerous. Almost like
Oh.
just all around,
So
above
it needs
and
mascara, you're saying.
probably. Yeah, they have been lengthened. One of them is likely wearing a fake lash. Either that, or they eat a lot of fish or omega 3s or something.
That one's the most powerful. It's the leader.
this-
So is it too late to just back away?
the singular creature definitely sees you, and you definitely see it. It doesn't appear to jump or rush or do anything other than look, and its head tilts.
Have I seen one of these before? What is this?
Yeah, have we?
What do I roll?
If you make an Arcana check, I'd be comfortable with an Arcana check to see if you recognize them.
Sure.
Check?
Everyone can make one. That's all right.
Okay.
Oof.
I got a 13.
I got a 22.
Ooh.
22 with an excellent roll. So I was going to make this very difficult, and May, a 22 definitely hits that difficulty. You have heard of these creatures before, and you're not sure. I'm trying to think how May, during one of Professor Scant's kind of drolling lectures, when everyone else had completely tuned out by that point, for whatever reason, you were still paying attention when this word anothic came up. And for whatever reason, the word stuck in your mind, and Professor Scant, as continuing this lecture, was making a comment about how some of the Netherlese mages, in their long isolation, would interact with magic in cursed ways. And a Nothic is the culmination of this magician's curse, where they have this singular eye that seems to see so much, and yet you know that Nothics themselves are incredibly confused, yet often hold weird insights into reality.
Okay. So I'm going to say, "Hi, we're just a tour group. We'll be back."
What are you talking to it?
As you
What is
speak,
it?
the one in the dim light kind of makes some jerking motions and just takes a few like hesitant steps ahead, and you hear it speak. Anarastratatuli melin kunjoko manasi govananin. Voi vituin kivat. It turns to the other ones. Voi vituin kivat. Voi vituin kivat. The others agree. Tiltania kavala. And they just
They're
seem
like
to
evil
be
minions.
rambling.
Um, I don't want to.
What are they
Am I
speaking in?
am I able
Yeah.
to use my comprehend languages for this?
You may.
Oh
So
wait, no.
you.
It's oh yeah, spoken language that I hear or understand what is written. So I'm gonna
Yep,
use one of my charges for that.
absolutely.
Yay.
So all of you do recognize the language as it begins to speak because you have heard this spoken before. It is Nethralese, and you're familiar with it
Ooh.
from your experiences in the tower with these mages and their kind of home spells. So that the sound of the language you recognize. In May, you begin to cast comprehend languages, and as the spell settles over you, this Nothic at the front begins to be understandable, and it's looking at you, its head tilting back and forth as it continues wherever it left off. Oh, oh, the darkness of the night has fallen, but it can't get up because the armor is too heavy. Lighten the load that is on them. Yes, oh, heavy is the night. Darkness like a blanket falling fell. It comes across as nonsense.
Oh.
Well, we're fine the way we are. We will just go back to our group and do what you said. Bye.
Happy to back away.
As you back away, all four kind of take additional steps forward, and the one seems almost. It's hard what emotion it's attempting to portray. You don't get enough of the facial features to recognize that there's something alien about them. It takes a few more steps forward, and its eye kind of widens. But the load is heavy, yes, but it isn't the night falling and in the darkness finding where we can coax what coax forth, and the clicks, and it's like clawed fingers start scratching the side of its face as it seems more and more almost unhinged or desperate. Or May, why don't you give me an insight check?
Please be a good roll. 21, and that 21.
21. So you are getting the sense that it is trying to communicate with you. It's trying to ask a question. It's trying to engage. It's not hostile, but you do get the sense that it could be.
Okay, so I have message, but I don't know if I can hear. Well, I can understand them. So I'm going to try message, and I'll say, "Can you please ask me again?"
Ask acts of mercy, acts of dangerous acts, falling in the darkness, lost and found again. The foul flies through the dark. It just continues spouting this nonsense.
Can anyone else understand, or is it just me?
It's just May. May's the only one with comprehend languages.
Sorry, May.
I mean, May can tell you what it's saying.
Yeah,
You're
I'll
able
tell
to
you what.
relay the
Much
words.
obliged.
Yes, I'll
Yeah.
relay the messages.
Can
Definitely.
you Brom like listens to them as like we should tell them that we're lifting the veil of night.
Okay. We are lifting the veil of night. That's what May will say that.
Fun thing with comprehend languages, you don't speak it.
Speak the language.
Okay, could I message it?
Yeah.
So message, it's the same as speaking, so you don't need to
Oh,
use a
okay.
spell for that. Um, Functionally, it's the same, but you can still say that, and when you do, kind of with the intent of being understood, its head tilts again, and there's kind of this slight sense of frustration, and you feel a sudden like sharpness, not a dangerous sharpness. I don't want to, you know, inaccurately present what's happening, but you do feel um, as though something is poking and prodding in your mind as this Nothic turns its head. You can almost associate these pings with the movement of its head.
Hmm.
And I need you to make a deception check.
Oh dear. 14.
Uh, where did my roll go? Where'd my monster go?
I hid it in my pocket
Mm.
Why would it do such a thing?
because I put it in my
Again.
pocket. I wanted to really succeed this role, so I stuck the monster in my pocket.
Oh, man. Okay, we're gonna have to roll over here and add numbers. The good old days. All right, so you feel this probing in your mind. It's almost as if like something is trying to understand, um, but the Nothic takes a few steps back and shakes its head and turns to the rest, and they go back to huddling in their corner, kind of cowering.
Do we see that visually on May's face?
Uh, I would say you can probably make a connection between the head of this Nothic tilting and like just minute flinches that May is making. I think that, when it comes to seeing the visual effects of some kind of magic, yeah, there's something that happened, but May's not like crying out.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, Astoria is gonna go ahead and cast tongues on herself. 'Cause she has that. Um. And yeah, is just going to say something along the lines of, um, well, we mean you no harm, and I still assume good intent from you, but I would appreciate you not trifling with my friend's brains, please.
And all in common, correct? I'm understanding.
I mean, with tongues, like, I'm hoping
Oh,
they're
with
still,
tongues.
yeah, I cast tongues on myself, so hopefully
Oh,
they
absolutely.
understand.
Yep. So you begin speaking, and as you speak, the Nethralese that they speak, the Loris. Loris is the name of Nethralese.
Hmm.
As you begin speaking Loris, it gets their attention again. They break away from this group where they were huddling, and the other one, uh, the one that was kind of taking the lead, scuttles forward again, and kind of retakes that position, and its head begins tilting, and you feel its focus shift to you. uh, the lacks rules, lack the guidance needed, and the forever end of all that will lessen, and the lessons taught through the lends us knowledge, and it again just seems to be spouting nonsense.
Huh.
Do we want to talk to these guys, or should
I
we
think it's
just?
fun. Like, I've already cast this and it lasts for an hour, so, like,
Yeah, and I can understand them, and I can relay the messages,
They
the
seem
kind of nonsense messages.
they seem
yeah, I'd
frustrated.
at the very least communicate what Brahm wanted to communicate to this, um, group, that we are lifting the blanket.
Yep. uh it Again, it just kind of looks at you and takes a few more steps, and there's this kind of sense of concentration, uh and then you feel a prodding. um it doesn't feel malicious, uh but you do feel its head twists, and with each twist you can kind of feel it's almost as if something is poking around in your mind. I need you to make a deception check as well.
Oh boy.
Poking.
Da, 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 da. Where are you? There you are. Oh, I don't know why it rolled it twice. 16 though.
16 is enough. It prods around for a little while and then it just kind of stops and looks. Again, this kind of sense of confusion, this unnervingness to it persists. Um, but it pauses for a moment and it seems to take on an appearance of contemplation. It seems to really be concentrating. And as it does so, I want you to make an insight check.
Okie dokie. Not very good at those. 14.
Uh, 12 was the number. This thing
Hey.
starts speaking, and you begin to piece together these bits and pieces, and it goes on another rant of the hands that fall and clap and slap and over the head without the body, looking for the Mithril. And you start piecing these words, and you start to pick up elements. And knowing, as May said, that these were once Netherlese wizards, you begin to have this insight into what it's trying to say. And with a 14, you pick up a couple of things. You understand that yes, these beings are from Yithrin. They have wandered
Oh,
out of Yithrin, and they are lost and confused because they are no longer in their home. It's all they've
Aw.
known for so long that they have become these confused creatures, and now that they're apart from it, they are even more confused. You also know that any confused creature can be incredibly dangerous. Um, so there is a question of whether or not you'd even want to try to be understood to alleviate their journey out of their home, or if, as they are now these magical, mystical beings, you just allow them to be. Um, you pick up some things that concern them. So you know they're from Yithrin. You know that it can't be far. You know that they are concerned about giant flying hands. You don't know if that's metaphorical or literal, but that is definitely something they're concerned about. And they are also concerned about something that is bodiless. Um,
oh,
so that is and then you do pick up the comment on the Mythalar, but that you knew was in the city. With a 16 you don't get anything other than Mythalar. So you have confirmation of the Mythalar and Yithrin. You have Yithrin nearby. You have a warning about giant hands and a warning about something that has no body.
Bodiless.
oof.
It's,
Oh,
it's not my mage hand that I keep forgetting about, right?
yeah. I mean, hopefully, but like, there's one differential that goes like way up there for me with bodiless, and it worries me. Um, um, but we'll see. Um, yeah, I think I would pose this kind of to the rest of the group. Being that this is kind of a tough situation that they've gotten themselves in, but I don't know if we can necessarily, trust them to be able to
Well,
bring them back.
Ugh.
if they came out of Yithrin, then Yithrin is close.
Mhm.
We could probably come get them after resolving whatever's happening. I don't think they want to go back if there's danger from.
I doubt it.
I think they're too far gone. I mean,
That's
look
not
at
how they
them.
that's not how they normally are.
No,
Oh,
Yeah,
they once looked a
this is
lot
how
like
wizards
us.
looked. Completely normal wizard.
was there a way to fix them?
I don't think so.
Not that I recall.
I mean, we could probably. He kind of flinches. You could kill and revive them, but I don't think.
Mirth gives Brom a funny look at that, like a raised eyebrow ridge. Like,
Well, that's hard to do. So,
look, you can't rescue every baby bird you see. And honestly, their heads kind of look like baby birds if the baby bird only had an eye in it instead of like a beak. And that's a lot. So I just say, let nature take its course without us. And Mirth is like tugging on the backs of people's cloaks coaxingly a little bit. He's kind of like, trying to, he's not pulling anybody, but he's like beseeching
Do I know what these things eat?
us, probably. Wait, never mind.
You
he
are
was gonna
wondering
let us.
that aloud. The conversation amongst them seems to escalate. You're not
No!
sure
Sorry.
what
Pony.
prompted them, but one of them starts murmuring, knee, toe, leg, thigh, thumbs,
Thumb.
thumbs,
Oh
and all
no.
four
God.
come charging at you. Go ahead and
Boo.
roll initiative.
God damn it.
Sorry.
Why would you do this?
That was funny timing.
Tony.
Alright.
It's
Boo.
all right. Let me clear
He's
out the
been doing this
turn.
for years. He's
All
been
right,
doing
that's
this
fine.
for years at this point. I'm not even surprised.
Boo.
Professional
I'll
troll.
be right back.
Alright. Let me roll some initiative.
Well,
It's
we
a
were
time-honored tradition.
Who am I to deny the will of chat? That's what I want to know.
Oh, 5. Lord.
So yeah, that is everyone. We will go in descending order. And May, you are the first to act as these Nothics take a sudden turn and begin charging with mouths open.
Well, that's what would happen since I'm in front. Um, I'm just going to first ask, are there like icicles nearby?
Oh God, yes, there's plenty of icicles.
Okay, can I attack those icicles with my
You may
combat?
cast your spell. Yes. How many do I have to deal with?
Um, is it I guess small. So let me clear all these dice rolls and see what it says for how many I have.
I am pulling it up so that we can see. Yes, small. You create
I'm guessing that.
10,
Okay,
10 icicles.
sorry.
So around the from this 10-foot ceiling, these bits of icicle begin to break off from the ceiling itself and swirl almost like a blizzard of sorts. As yeah, you do create living icicles that you may command with a bonus action.
Okay, and can I use that now?
You may.
Okay, I want two to hit each of them,
Absolutely. You
and
will
I'm
be
going.
rolling, it's a +6 to hit.
Okay, 15.
A 15 is exactly enough for 6 bludgeoning damage. Go ahead and keep rolling.
Okay, see, another small attack. 20.
23 will hit for 6 more. 2 on the next one.
I think that's a 7.
So that one misses. Keep going. You don't have to wait for me. You can just hit it 10
Okay.
times. And we'll just go
What,
down in descending order, and you can decide what the last 2 go to.
what number am I at now?
You're at 4.
Okay. It keeps like taking this away whenever I roll it.
Uh, Another miss. As these icicles begin swirling, and go ahead and just roll while I say it. As the icicles swirl, some of them begin connecting with these Nothics, piercing their skin, knocking them around. About half of them seem to be connecting and damaging the creatures as they just begin howling and slashing with their claws at the flying obstacles that are swirling around them. Time and time and time again, they 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're at 7. 8. And then you have 2 extras that you need to assign to any 2 of them.
Let's see who's looking
The
the
one
most.
furthest, the one all the way to the bottom took the most damage.
Well, then that's the one that I'm going to
All right,
attack.
send 2 more.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
That's perfect. So that is 11. As this one is looking in particular hurt, and 1 more, and a 22. The one all the way down near the bottom of the cave is nearly dead, but all of the others have been hit to a degree, except for the one in the back, which avoided the attacks exactly. May, would you like to move?
No, I'm protecting my friends.
Absolutely.
That's why I went like nuclear right away.
Perfect. Brom, go ahead.
All right. So Brahm, gonna move him to see how far. All right, cool. I'm gonna move and then I'm gonna hit this one
Absolutely.
with smite. I'm gonna add smite if I hit, or add smite.
And you are in dim light, so it's a little bit harder to hit. You're only human after all.
Boo. Sword's not glowing right now. Forgot. Or is it?
I don't remember which sword you have right now. You tell me if it's glowing or not.
Sorry, I'm looking.
No, that's all right.
Wait, he has a permanent.
We've been playing a long time. I don't remember what all everybody has.
Who knows anymore?
I mean, who knows at this point? It could be anything.
I think his. Well, he had. Let's see.
I wondered what you were batting at.
I finally got it. It's been plaguing me since the pre-stream call. I got it.
Ah. Okay. Well, he's going to attack twice. One of them.
Yep.
It's like
In any
probably
case, a
not gonna
13
hit.
misses. So
And then he's going to do Divine Smite.
you only have to use it if you hit. So you roll your second attack, and if you hit, you can decide to use it after.
Right, I have to fight.
Odds are you'll hit, but you did miss the first one.
Okay.
17. It does connect.
Okie dokie. So he'll use his Divine Smite, and I forget, if I move, can I use my other smite, Branding Smite?
So all of your bonus action smites, again, go beforehand. Your divine smite is after.
Okay.
So you... That is 22. You take a huge chunk out of this Nothic with your sword, and as it connects, there's that burst of divine energy from your smite that just... You can see its ribcage collapse under the unseen weight around the cut that you make. And it kneels over, just taking these gasping breaths. A new cut. I knew that the slight from the night, and then the night you are self. It just continues its rambling in a way that only May understands. That's a move. That is an action. So it goes on to the Nothic. Astoria, what is your dexterity?
+2.
+2. So the Nothics go before you do.
Okay.
The one that is directly in front of Brahm starts just slashing wildly, almost out of desperation. I don't expect it to go well. Nope. An 18 and a 13, neither are able to hit as it just begins clawing against your armor, and all of you can hear the screeching, almost nails on a chalkboard, as these claws swipe. The others, the one here takes a few steps up and glares at May, and its eye takes on this necrotic light as this energy seems to feed between it and May. May, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Three.
Oh my
Three
god.
is a fail.
Oh dear.
That is
These
Oathsworn
boys-
levels of con save fail.
You take 13 damage, necrotic damage, as you can feel this withering gaze pass over you. And it almost feels like your skin is drying and aging under its gaze.
Oh,
The
the skincare.
the others,
Moisturizer.
you're gonna need so much moisturizer
No.
after this.
Moisturize her.
Moisturize me.
Mhm.
So
Uh,
13 damage, you said?
Yes, 13 damage. The others make their way around, wary of this massive tin can with a sword that is swinging wildly and tearing apart the one at the front. They make their way this direction, and Mirth, I need you to make a Constitution save.
All right.
I need you to make.
I got a 7 for the first one. So
7,
that's
and
cool.
then Astoria, I think you're exactly 30 people. So-
Yep.
Yep. And Astoria, you also. So all
Okay.
all the bards make Constitution saves. I know the
Oh, we're
bards
so
are
good at this.
Mirth, you take 8 necrotic damage as you can feel that your scales flaking. You start getting that itch that you recognize anytime you get to the point where you need to shed some scales, but it's just happening very, very quickly.
No.
And then an 8 also fails. Astoria, you experience this slightly different than the others. 10 necrotic damage washes over you. But what you recognize it as is a moment that you felt under the water as the Remarez
Ooh.
drug you down. There is
Oof.
the memories of the heat and the pain, and there was something else tugging at you. And you recognize the necrotic damage differently than the others because you have experienced death, and that is exactly what this feels like.
Yeah, I
This-
think in response to that, she grits her teeth and fights back a little bit, just like as a willpower or show of willpower. She's resistant to necrotic damage as an ASMR, so she's gonna take half of that damage.
Fantastic. Astoria, it's your turn.
Okay, let me just put in my damage. Okay, yeah, no, we're gonna run on up. Let me see how many feet did I want to go. We could go even like 20 feet. That wouldn't be a problem. Yeah, we're gonna go about 20 feet up. So right about here-ish. And I'm gonna make a big ol' thunder wave, and we're gonna upcast that to. We'll do second level. I think that'll work out. So I need con saves from both of these Nothics in front of me.
Absolutely. A 10 and a 9.
Both of those fail, so they're going to take 10 thunder damage each and also be pushed back. Which,
Yay.
how many feet? Is that 10 feet? Yes, push back 10 feet.
Good.
Absolutely. One of them doesn't so much get pushed 10 feet as is thrown backwards against the ice wall and collapses in a heap.
Outta here.
The other stumbles back as that 10 feet pushes it, its claws of its toes digging in the ice as it peels up bits of ice and snow beneath it. Anything else?
Just going to leave it at that.
Perfect. Mirth, go ahead.
Mirth is going to shoot it. He takes out his crossbow and is going to aim for the one that Brom is wailing on.
Okay.
So let's see.
So you do not have dark vision. It is in dim light. It'll be a little bit more difficult to hit unless you take about 10 feet step forward to get it within your bright light.
That's a great suggestion. I will do that.
Okay.
That makes sense. Mirth would definitely maneuver until he had a little bit better vision. He's not a
Yep.
crack shot. So yeah, he will shuffle forward and take some aim. And oh, there we go. Does an 18 hit, I hope.
An 18 will hit, yes.
Yay. Better than all the 5s and 7s. Okay. That will be just 9 damage.
9
That's more
damage.
than we had before.
9 damage is almost enough. This dart from your this bolt from your crossbow buries deep into the chest of this creature as it continues its nonsensical rant. In lieu, the violence loathes what they can liken growing on the sides of rocks of the moat of time we live in and swim. It just continues this nonsense tirade. May, you are up.
Okay. I can tell that my friends got hurt, correct?
Yes, yeah, you can see that that they did yeah.
Or do I still have my icicles?
Oh yeah, your icicles exist
Okay.
forever. Not forever, for the next minute.
Well, I would like to hit them because they hurt my friends, and I don't want any of my friends getting hurt at all. I've said this repeatedly.
You
I
have
don't know what the problem
10
is.
icicle swings that will divide evenly, or I'll let you know if it kills one. So
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know why they just don't listen to me. I say, don't hurt my friends. Don't hurt my friends. 17.
17 will hit, and that will finish off the one in front of Brahm. Brahm, as you are trying to swing your sword at this particular one, an icicle buries itself deep. It connects to the end of that bolt that Mirth just shot and pushes the bolt deeper in until both bolt and icicle completely pierce
Oh,
the
God.
creature and it falls to the ground.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, I'm just rolling, so.
Oh yeah, I'm making noise while you roll. Go ahead and keep rolling. Another icicle slashes the Nothic furthest to the west as the snowy little blades dance, reflecting off the light of Mirth. The remaining one to the south is missed twice as it dodges out of the way with icicles trying to pierce at it, flying around and jutting in, almost like the tongues of a small angry frog.
I have no idea what number I'm at
There's
right now.
too many icicle attacks to describe. 8, you've got one left. Wait,
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more after this. A 12 also misses. You have 2 left. At some point, that one's health went down to 25 will hit, and a 22 will hit, and that will also finish off the one to the south. So the only one left up is the one all the way to the west, just within the dim light of that Mirth is providing.
That was a
May,
bonus action, right?
That was yes, that's your bonus action, is to instruct all those. It's
Cool.
now your normal action.
Great. Can I Cloud of Daggers it? I know I have to drop my other spell for that.
You do not want to drop 10 animate object attacks for a Cloud of Daggers you can't move.
Okay.
You could very safely not use many spells. There's only one left.
Then I will use. I could use one that's not concentration, correct?
Yep, I probably have a couple cantrips you could use.
Let me go all the way up to my track. Sorry, just one moment, everyone.
Absolutely.
How beat up does this guy look?
Surprisingly, not that bad.
Oh.
But again, right now you're overpowering them pretty easily, so I wouldn't waste spell slots.
I don't have anything other than dissonant whispers.
We will have to look and see what your offensive cantrips are.
I don't have any.
We'll look at them later.
Okay.
Comfortable
I don't-
going to Brahm then?
Sure.
Uh,
I like that the sun is going down as Al is getting brighter. I am turning orange.
Being so bright over here.
Oh,
Yeah.
time zones.
Can I shoot my crossbow at it then? Just to
Yep,
get
go
that?
ahead. Yep, crossbow would be
Alright.
great.
Come on, you got a hit for me. A 16.
16 will hit.
Nice.
That was a second shot, so there you
Oh,
go. 4
sorry.
damage. Yep. You send a crossbow bolt, and it ricochets off its shoulder, hurts it a little bit, but not too bad.
That's the
you,
point.
you can move if you want to. Otherwise, you're okay. Go ahead, Brom.
Glare at it.
Brahm is gonna move here and hit it.
Absolutely. Did you want to use one of your bonus action smites, or
Yes.
just hold on to those for later because those do take spell slots?
Yeah, they do. I got all 3 of them right now, though.
Do have
Um,
full power as your overpowering Nothics, but it's up to you.
Fine. I'll use my. You know what? I'll go ahead and try and hit it twice.
Go ahead.
Great sword.
15 will hit for 15
Nice.
slashing damage.
Then that one.
And a 22 will hit for 7.
And I will add on my Divine Smite.
Okay. Also eats a spell slot, but it does finish it off.
Hooray!
Massive two-handed swings. Do you want to tell us how you finish off the last of them, Brom?
Brom looks almost remorseful as he takes 2 swings. One of them cuts through its shoulder, and the second he turns the blade and as he arcs it over his head and kind of cuts straight through its neck on the other side.
As the head is spinning off into this icy cavern, it bounces off the 10-foot ceiling, and you can hear as the head spins, Tony, Tony, poop, 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 poop.
Tony said, "My poor novice."
You did this, Tony.
Yeah, poor little things. You made us euthanize them.
Are you all okay?
They had so little to live for.
Don't be
A
mean.
simple life in their little
Some
ice
would say
cave.
it was a mercy.
God.
They'll not be forgotten.
I grabbed some of these fruits. I think, if I remember correctly, they have some healing.
Yeah.
The fruit does provide healing. So yeah, all of you want to just leave the room, go back into the
Well,
arbor?
Yeah.
Can we
Well,
check
I
their-
don't know. Is there anything else interesting?
You look around, and as near as you can tell, just by investigating the room, you spend some time in there. It looks like the Nothics have been in there for quite some time, long enough that there weren't, Mirth hadn't noticed any claw marks or footprints of them entering that room. So who knows how
Was there
long they
anything-
had been huddled in the corner of this cavern?
Did they have anything on them?
Not a thing. Some scraps of robes that somewhat resemble the ones that that May is wearing. Just kind of bits and pieces of clothing hanging from the spikes growing out of their body in different places. But nothing meaningful or useful.
Well, when we leave the room, I'll offer some of the fruits to them. So if anybody wants the healing, just don't eat too many. You might end up like
Yeah,
Prom.
you'll turn into Brom.
I like my skills the way they are. Thanks.
I think one is okay, and I think one won't hurt you.
Yeah, Mirth is. We're gonna play Born This Way for Mirth.
I'll eat one because
You'll eat one?
Yeah.
That is perfectly fine. I'm trying to find them again on how much they healed. Roll a d20 for me.
Oh dear. 4.
4. Okay. That is perfectly fine. And you heal 2d4 plus 2 hit points.
Tell you what, I'll take one.
Go ahead, roll a d20.
8.
8, you're also fine.
Yay.
So 2d4 plus 2.
Exactly 5. We love to see it.
There you go.
Aw.
As we leave the chamber, Mirth sighs and says, I pity those creatures. I wonder how long they've been trapped in that chamber talking to themselves.
I don't know, but they should not have attacked us. Especially they hurt you all, and I'm really unhappy about that. I want to like hit them again with these icicles, but they're already dead.
Are you bringing the icicles with us?
It only lasts a minute, so about the time you
Oh,
finish
okay.
the second, the time you guys finish your pairs, they all drop to the ground. In
Aw.
Oh, they're gone. I needed to be able to defend you all better.
You did just fine. I feel sorry for them, honestly.
Well,
Well,
there are several more to take. However, honestly, having just finished a little bit of a fight, eaten a couple fruits, and it being right at 10, do we want to take a little bit of a break? How are people feeling?
yeah,
Yeah,
Sure.
let's do that. Let me
seems like a good little.
get Foxy's attention. Uh, and yeah, there is this unusual sense, this almost curiosity of what they really wanted or needed. But it's a mystery that'll just have to remain. As for
Aw.
us, that is, we're going to take just a couple minute break. Liquids in, liquids out. Encourage you to do the same. Move around, stretch around. And Foxy, if you'll take us out, we'll be back very soon.
Alright, cool. Oh my god.
Hello and welcome back. Thank you for hanging out and being a part of our wonderful little session here in the Frostmaiden's vault, somewhere deep beneath Icewind Dale. We just left off with some absolutely heartbroken Nothics that felt compelled by, I don't know, some malicious entity that lives in the ether between here and there, motivating them toward violence. Um, but in any event, the group survived, took a step out, ate a few fruits to feel better, and the question becomes, what is the plan from here, team?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say we should
Counterclockwise.
go this way.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I feel
You
like
make
that
your
should be the new plan is just we yell counterclockwise and then do it whenever we
Do
have
it, do
decisions.
it.
You turn a corner down another one of these twisting halls that you have come to either loathe or love. It's hard to tell at this point, but this 20-foot wide, fairly nondescript path takes a few twists before you come to the very top of an ice slide leading downward. Um, Laying with its back against the ice is some skeletal remains of a humanoid figure. And at a glance, you can see that the breastbone of this skeleton, with the ice protection and desiccated skin barely clinging to it, its breastbone and ribs have burst outwards, as though something escaped from within it at some point.
Ugh.
Oh, I hate that.
Alien.
Maybe
And
we should
then-
go to the other. We should go to the next one.
Romulus has entered the chat.
Can we just go to the next one?
We
Yes.
should investigate the corpsey.
Well, okay.
Alright, Brom's
Carefully.
investigating the corpsey. Gonna see
Sure.
if they have anything.
Are you looking for stuff or trying? What are you attempting to accomplish? Before I ask you what you're
He's
doing.
gonna look for any notes or equipment on this.
All right, you're looting the body. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. I always prefer investigation to perception when you're touching something. You are touching the body, right?
No, just looking.
If you're just looking, perception.
Okay.
That's the distinction I make between
Yeah.
perception and investigation: is are you touching it or are you looking close at it?
Insert Tom Cardy song
Oh,
here. Gotta
why?
loot
Why
that body.
bad roll? Boo.
Brahm, out of curiosity, you get closer and look around. Um, kind of squint into the hole of the chest, look at, see if any of the clothing remains, and you don't come up with anything of note. It's a
Hmm.
dead body.
He'd frown and turn around, shakes his head.
He didn't make
You think?
it. So as May said, is the plan to keep going?
Yeah, I doubt
Yeah,
we can
let's
get up or back up very easily if we slide on down, so
yeah, let's go this way.
The hallway to the east, that is a direction, is a little bit narrower. Looking around, the floor has this sheen of ice that it has just a little bit of liquid on it that hasn't frozen completely. So you find yourself slipping, sliding, kind of stumbling around, nothing overly dangerous. Um, but you kind of make your way through this cavern, uh, checking the sub caverns, and it just appears to be a hollow in the ice. Um, when you go down to the southern section, I would like everyone to give me a d20. Not modified at all, just a d20 from each of you.
D20? Okay.
Yep.
9.
17.
12.
11.
11. Uh, Brahm, as the group of you leave this southern section, you get the distinct feeling that you can hear the splash of footprints in this liquid behind you.
Brahm is going to cast Fairy Fire.
Okay. Brahm turns, sets off a fairy fire. The entire room blossoms in this purplish, shining light. Um, you aren't quite as purple as you were before. In fact, you're almost back to your normal coloration at this point. At least you would be if you could see your own coloration. Um, but there's nothing there. The rest of you, Brahm suddenly turns and shoots off a fairy fire.
What's wrong?
I thought I heard something. I didn't see anything.
Make a perception check.
Well,
Okay.
Go
Listens
ahead,
closely.
Heck.
Oh no, natural 1.
Astoria doesn't hear anything either. There's
I think with like a 1, Astoria gets like a snow glop falling on their head or something.
perfect.
No,
You
it's
turn, but
cold.
as the floor is slick, you kind of slide and you shoot a hand out to steady yourself on the wall, and it just knocks an entire handful of snow into the side of Brahm's head, and you're so distracted by all of it. No, you don't hear anything. Brahm, from the other direction up the hall, where the direction you were going, you think you hear splashes of footprints.
Okay. Can you see footprints on the ground
You don't
besides ours?
see any. You don't see anything. No.
He turned back around and start walking this way.
Okay. By following Brahm. Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing of note in this room.
Ah, everybody. Brahm, as you pass through into this center room, you think you hear the sounds of wet footprints behind you.
Ew. Can we
Anyone
hear
else
this, or
hear
is this
footprints?
just a special Brahm moment?
Brahm seems to be reacting to something that no one else can detect.
He's like my German Shepherd, running around, listening to nothing, like milling frantically, thinking about barking.
Mirth will pat Brom's arm and, after listening himself, and say, I don't hear anything, buddy.
Hmm.
Is your helmet ringing again?
No, no, they were footprints, he says, and he kind of moves into like the middle area to see if like there's anything.
As you move that direction back to the south, you hear behind you, in that what was the room you just left, what seems to be the sound of splashing footprints.
So when he goes into this room,
Uh-huh.
at what point does the footprints go from being in front of him to being behind him?
Ambiguously halfway. There doesn't seem to be a specific point.
Huh. Interesting. He just kind of like turn around and then flop down in confusion.
Brom's acting weird, Mirth says in front of Brom. Like you would say at a bloodhound that's having strange reaction, but you can't find whatever it smelled.
Brom, are you all right?
Footprints, but I don't think it's real.
Okay, I'll check under the bed for you. And Mirth is going to systemically start like walking from corner to corner, like peering and using his toes to like brush away powder snow and peek around little stalagmites, and he's doing a real like he's trying to be thorough, and rather than just at a glance, he's like, okay. Oh, detect magic.
Go ahead.
Haha! Can I use detect magic?
You may.
I do that. What
Okay.
do I detect?
Other than what is kind of a pervasive magical glow that's been infused throughout this entire cavern, there doesn't seem to be anything magical taking place.
Oh.
Not
Is there anything
profoundly.
on the walls slithering amongst the stalactites?
Give me a perception check.
May I investigate?
You may. You can tap along the walls and.
Is it okay if I investigate instead?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, that was.
I got an 18 total.
Yep. You spend a few extra minutes looking in the dark corners and splashing in that very thin layer of liquid water that's so hard to walk through. And after a pretty thorough investigation, no, you don't find anything of note in this room at all.
Mirth will come over. Okay, question about Brom's helmet. Is it like the can with like the T-shaped like cutout in it, or is it the kind with the squeaky like thing that goes up and down? Do you know what I
He
mean?
actually has a specific set of armor, so I will find out because it looks like something. He did
Okay.
just have the traditional one with the visor, but now he actually has.
Oh, okay.
It's
Does he have a
special and-
visor still? This is important for roleplay details.
let me look. Let's
I'm
see.
fine with it being either way you prefer.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's probably a normal like 1350s suit that has a separate visor.
Okay. Mirth will flick up his visor and then put his hand on Brom's head to check for a fever, which is difficult to do when you're in Icewind Dale, but nevertheless. And he sort of squints and goes, just sweaty and normal, I think, for what a
Gross.
human is.
So since you're looking at Brom's face, slightly less purple than it was back at the campsite.
Yeah, you need to keep on firing out those fairy fires. It's doing wonders for your complexion.
When the time comes, he says simply. Well, since there is nothing, he'd get up and look up here.
As soon as you leave into the center room, you hear the wet footprints behind you. Anytime you leave one of these cavern rooms, you get the sense of hearing wet footprints splashing behind you.
Lord.
That's horrible.
That's awful.
The rest of
Genuinely
you
awful.
are experiencing anxious dog Brahm
Yeah.
that is currently doing laps between 3 rooms because something is triggering the danger sense
Oh my
that no one
god.
else has. For my dog, it's seeing a rabbit in the yard outside, window to
Oh
window to
yeah,
window.
that happened on
That is
stream.
yes, it's exactly what happened on stream.
It
Shooting
was
to
like
the window.
the first episode of Oathsworn back or something like that. Oh, that was so
Why, what
funny.
happened? Did your dog come rocketing by in the background or something?
Yeah.
Yes. So the window to my left, that way, is one that you can see our backyard. There is another window in the den on this side of the house, and another window in the kitchen nook. And there was a squirrel in the backyard, and Evie was running from window to window, jumping up on the window in order to see the squirrel. So this is how I'm picturing Brom at the moment.
That's basically what he's doing for a little while, and
Poor
then he
Brom.
decides that it's there's nothing that he can find, and he's going to move this way.
All of you follow Brom, I assume.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, I just made Brom long.
He's so wide.
Wide boy.
Wide boy.
I mean, he is
Brom,
wide, but maybe not that wide.
as you leave these caverns, Brom, as soon as you step back into the grove, you hear some voice say, "Are you sure?"
He'd stop dead. Someone just talked to me.
What did it say?
It asked me if I was sure.
Mirth grabs the sides of Brom's head and looks in his eyes. All right, Mr. Smart Guy, show yourself. This isn't funny. And then he rattles Brom's head threateningly. Show yourself, you creep.
There's a ringing sound.
Thankfully, there's padding in there, or else it would have been
Actual
A
brain
lot
damage.
worse, yeah.
Oh no. That'd be really sad.
Mirth starts tapping with a claw on the metal.
Oh my god.
Like Darla and Finding Nemo.
Torturous.
Fishy. Why
Why
are you sleeping?
Oh
The
my
shaking.
god. Does the voice do anything to Mirth's threats? Oh, for some
Brom
reason my
half turns
audio.
around.
Oh, there
Where
you
are you? Show yourself.
No matter how much you beg, plead, or threaten, you hear nothing else.
Brom sighs.
I wonder
and
if it's like a
steps into the
Nethralese
cave.
curse or something.
Probably.
Well, I
Wait.
can't manage a curse, so I just
Like, we're also in the Frostmaiden's vault. I feel like she would probably do something like this.
Yeah.
Counterclockwise?
Counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise.
Olay.
Clockwise.
The group.
We rotated.
You make your way around.
This is the most organized we've been in like 8 sessions.
Yeah. You make your way up toward the north, where you find another one of these slick slides, this one leading upwards. And as various accommodations have been made in the past, I'm comfortable with you just essentially taking your time to get up it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's do it. Ooh.
And as you do, entering into this antechamber, for lack of a better descriptor, this smaller room at the beginning, you begin to notice the walls of this cavern are smoother than some of the others have been. There's been jagged ice walls. There have been cloudy ice walls, clear ice walls. There's a great deal of ice within the Frost Maiden's ice vault, but these are particularly faceted. And as you make your way to the top of the slide, we'll just say that Astoria, you kind of stumble and see a reflection of yourself within the wall of ice. Nothing unusual about it. It's just a highly reflective wall. And the closer you all get to this chamber, the more reflective the surfaces are. Until turning the corner where there's one passageway to the west and then this larger uh, cavern to your right, in which the walls are perfect mirrors, and you can see hundreds of yourselves reflected across the wall.
Ooh,
That's creepy.
I look good.
Yeah. 2 kinds of party members. Just as I expected.
Let's go this way.
Okay. You make your way to the left. This cavern is different than the other.
Uh-oh.
There is no highly reflectiveness, and passing into it, that texture on the wall that was so smooth seems to go back to the normal, generally broken texture. What is notable is as you pass into the room, the light reaches the far side, where just beneath a layer of ice, you can see a figure wearing a black robe with a golden mask.
Huh.
And let me take one measurement real quick.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, it's not malicious, the DM promised.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
I'm sure it's not.
Whoever would be in the lead at essentially as you enter the room, past where Brahm is now, I need a perception check. Do whatever you'd like as you start. If you
Okay.
go deeper in or not.
Reception check.
Oh, Brahm, give me a perception, and if anybody goes deeper than Brahm, they'll get a perception also.
So
I'm
I
not going
Whoa.
deeper.
I rolled it, so I'm assuming I'm
Dang,
going
May.
further in.
Yep. May, out of concern, pushes past Brahm, makes her way in, and May,
28? She's going full
Yeah.
Gojo. Swear to God.
you very clearly, as you enter this space, hear a very subtle tapping sound.
Oh.
Just a t- 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 and it is definitely, with a critical success, coming from this robed figure across the room.
Oh
You're
no.
so certain, in fact, that as you look closer, you can see that this figure, who has kind of hands askew, you can see one finger is barely twitching, making the quietest of taps from the other side of the ice.
That's so creepy. Why?
You're muted.
I don't like it.
Are you
I don't
muted?
like it.
Oh yeah, Janie, you're muted,
Janie,
my
you are
love.
muted.
Sorry. Because there's ice, it can't get to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
For now.
It doesn't. The only thing that you can see moving is one finger that is essentially just barely hitting the ice to make that tap.
Okay. We should go to something in the ice that's tapping. I don't
But wait,
know
hear him out. The hell is that thing?
I don't know, but
Looks
we're
like
going
a
to go.
Netherese wizard, says Brom.
Having said that, you take a look. The robes that it's wearing are of a very similar cut to the ones that currently May is wearing. In fact, a near identical cut.
Maybe he can help us.
Or there's something else in this cavern left behind that might be able to help.
Okay,
We
we'll
are
stay
looking for the
back.
city.
All of you get back further, and I will check.
Okay.
May's going to.
He's gonna activate his permanent protection from evil on them anyways.
And May told all of you to stay back while she goes forward.
Okay. As you get closer, you're more and more certain that the tapping sound is coming from whatever's behind the ice. And no matter what it says on the screen, I know this is very much a trust me moment. Try not to be concerned with any labels or pictures you see.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah.
Oh, it really says that underneath. It shouldn't say that
Uh-huh.
underneath.
Yeah.
It's just a placeholder. It shouldn't say that.
Everything's fine.
See,
So I
It's
put it back.
gone.
it's
Honestly, I don't
gone.
mind.
It says nothing at all.
Theater of the mind.
I'm going to
Yeah.
class
Um,
and I can see this, so I'm going to send a message if I can,
Yeah.
and just hello. What to say to this thing?
Hello?
Hello? There
I
are a
love it
couple.
sounding slightly judgy. Hello?
What do you want? Why are you tapping on the ice?
Ew. Hello.
uh, okay, that checks out. And that checks out. Yes. You speak in common?
Yeah.
Uh, message which replies. There is a reply. 1 second. Hit the translate button. There is a whispered return. Yet Takastellian lashes mea Itanian. Inustakistis joka tuli to Ragoyeva. And you hear the Netherese language returned back to you in the message.
Okay. Let's see what I have left of this thing. Okay, how long have we been down here? Since the I'm trying to see if my staff is still working. It has an hour duration.
So I believe comprehend came out of your staff. It is not a concentration. Yeah, no, it would still be functioning though. It's definitely been less than an hour since you used it to understand the Nothics.
Cool.
So you do understand it. The words take shape, and the reply is trapped in the ice, seeking the lost ones, returning them home, return myself.
Oh.
Uh-oh. I hope the last
Yeah,
ones aren't
first
the
try.
Nothics.
Yeah, I don't. Where is home?
Home is deep within the city itself, the library of the great city. Yithrin itself in all its might, the library of knowledge.
And who is lost?
Oh, many have lost and fallen, but some have wandered, and it's the wanderers that I seek, though they were already lost before they wandered far.
From
So
what I can,
many are lost.
from what I can see, do I see any like ice snowflakes on this trap thing or?
Oh, there is nothing to make you think this is associated with the Frostmaiden.
I think he's just a little guy who was a wizard who was a guy.
Yeah, I'm scared to try to help him out because I don't want him to get attacked.
I mean, you
But
can think about it as putting him out of his misery if he does.
yeah,
It's better than
um,
him being stuck in here as a mansicle.
okay. So does the ice look breakable?
I mean, all ice looks breakable.
All right.
Um,
Is she gonna ask Brom to
yes.
map?
Well, first she's going to send one more message. Just hold on a second. We'll get you out of there.
Long I've stood, moment longer means nothing.
And then I'm going to go back to everyone and I will say, Brom, can you break the ice?
Brom nods. It's time
Hey,
to
Could
how
we
are
at least
you?
learn
Where
his
are you
name
from?
first?
Oh,
that.
oh yeah, done
It,
that. Sorry.
Oh my
Lord.
god, that took me such a delayed reaction.
Oh,
That
no, Mercy.
literally.
Okay.
could get
No
this thing.
comment. I'm at a
So
loss for
he's
words.
gonna light his torch to help him soften the ice, and then he's gonna try and break it.
Bringing the torch close, you can actually hear a voice muffled in the ice. No, not the flame, the fire, the danger. Pull back from the fire. There's
He extinguishes it. He doesn't want to light this guy.
I wonder if we learned something here.
I wonder if he has any weaknesses.
I mean, he's probably very dry.
Yeah.
Anyways, Prom is then gonna try and break it.
absolutely. It takes a couple swings. Just for dramatic effect, let's see if you do it in one. Otherwise, it'll just take a little bit of time. So for
Okay.
fun, roll against ice.
Crunch. Oh wow.
You connect. The sword chips its way in, and after about 3 swings of that weight, you're able to break through the ice. It cracks and shatters and comes out in chunks. And as it begins to break, you can see that there's finally enough leverage where this being on the other side of the ice pushes through themselves, and these bits of ice fall into the chamber.
Hello.
There is, as the ice falls, a wave of stench.
Ew.
Probably centuries of pent up odor wafts through this chamber. It is the smell of death and cinnamon. There is a
Okay.
sharpness where you pick up the notes of various herbs and oils and unguents, which had eternalized this particular Netherlese wizard. There is a voice from behind the mask that goes, grateful for the release. Now to find the lost who wander. And the creature walks past you.
Oh.
What's your name?
Unimportant. I have duties to tend and lore to seek and lore to find and wanderers
Withers?
to retrieve. It doesn't slow down and keeps walking past.
Crap.
Prom is gonna let him go. You know what?
We'll join the party at a long rest.
Fella can go.
Astoria, what is that little face? What are you
I
scheming?
have a bad feeling
No.
that Astoria is going to be very quiet about until that mummy is like long out of sight and out of earshot.
Oh shit. Okay.
There's a few moments where you can hear those footsteps make their way farther away, this shuffling sound, until you're quite certain that you're alone again.
You all don't think the lost and the wandering might be those that we just had a rather hostile
Oh,
encounter with?
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Clockwise?
Yeah.
Well,
that's all.
anything of note in here other than the person that we just freed?
You freed a mummy that went looking for the lost ones. That's
Okay. We're just gonna
Listen,
We're
he
gonna put this
can't
out.
prove it was us. Innocent until proven guilty.
Gee,
By
I
the time
wonder
it's time
who
to
else
prove
is
it, we'll be
here.
out of here.
There were just Driders here, so
And
Yeah,
I mean,
what?
and Drow.
icicles killed some of them, and the Frost Queen kind of.
a tragic accident.
I
God,
see.
so criminal. All right,
We
we're
could
going.
blame
We're going to
Frost
continue.
Queen.
okay.
Boy.
You make your way back into the mirrored chamber. There is another exit that goes further to the east.
All right, let's go.
Mirth fixes his locks.
As you get to this section, there are 2 things that you recognize.
Yeah.
To the north, you recognize a being, this immense, shadowy being, glowing with its own internal light, far from the edges of the dim light that you have.
What?
I remember that.
There's a familiarity to it. And Brahm, you experience a sense of longing as you
Um,
pass by this section
Oh my
of the
god, what
cavern.
the hell is happening to him?
And then there's a hall that goes to the south.
he
Do you have north or
hesitates,
south?
staring at whatever the hell that is.
So,
But he's
Look,
gonna
Brahm's
head
pointing at
south
something
first.
with his face.
well,
He
that
is.
way.
He's doing the little alert like dog pacing thing. They're
Let's
like
go
have
that
Oh,
little.
way.
he's a pointer. Unexpected.
Oh my god.
What
I
is
think
it,
of him more
boy?
as like a big shepherd.
Yeah,
Like they do
Yeah.
the little like
Meg's
alert
going to
meter.
head in the direction that Brahma's pointing.
You're going
Yeah,
that way?
all of us just swinging our heads and looking at
hold
Brom.
hold on. Is this something that you all don't remember?
Probably.
Remember? What do you mean?
How we
Oh, wait.
had to literally drag each other away from that being that messed with our minds.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I wasn't even properly looking. I hadn't even scrolled up on our map. I was looking at the map on
Yeah,
the
no, it's
stream,
that
Yep.
fucker.
and
Oh,
we have access to the actual map where our characters know where we've been, but for some reason I was looking at like the little window.
Oh, I remember
Yeah,
that
no, no,
part.
no, no,
That
no, no, no,
one
no, no.
corner of the map.
yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
Thank God for
I
Astoria
remember
having
that.
half a brain cell. Thank God.
The brain
Earth
cell
sort
is
of
back.
stops.
The brain
Oh,
cell.
God, that thing.
Yep.
It's a good thing Astoria is not dead anymore.
That
Yeah,
is-
Y'all
otherwise
miss me
yeah, for real.
casting tongues and remembering shit.
And
It
honestly,
was
with
so hard
how it
without
messed
you.
with everybody's brain, it just would have been perfect. If
Brom, is
Amazing.
there any chance that tall, dark, and squiggly is what's in your head right now?
Could be.
How did we break it before?
We, I think, hit each other. I can't remember,
there
but
there was a lot of dragging people away. It wasn't.
There was a lot of dragging people.
yeah, it was a
don't
lot
know.
of.
Why don't we go to the south first?
Yeah, let's see. No longer
I think
counterclockwise.
I
Just
think
clock.
everyone had some kind of experience with it, but Brahm was the only one that was enamored enough with it to go catatonic, if I remember.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh God,
May
that's
doesn't have the
right.
clock wrong because that's what May was going to do.
To the south, there are two branching halls, one even further south and one to the east. To the further south, you can see in well enough to see that there are pieces of stone jutting from different portions of the floor, ceiling, and walls. And there's a familiarity to it. It looks very much like the pieces of the towers that you've already experienced. This is, without a doubt, more remains and fragments of Yithrin that fell from the sky.
Let's go look at them. Anything
Oh
useful?
yes.
Okay.
You search the room and go ahead and give me a history check, Rum, or anyone that wants to.
Oh boy. Okay. Bad at that.
Oh my gosh, that's
Well.
terrible.
An 8 is insufficient.
Ugh.
An 8 is
Bruh.
insufficient. An 11
I
is
can't roll.
insufficient.
I can't roll skill checks for anything today.
And
For history, right?
Yep, and this more represents the understanding of history, not you remembering something.
I see.
Well, I'm a professor, so that's
19?
my issue.
19.
Does Mirth remember a song?
So, Mirth, you know many songs about the Netherlese and the ancient civilization that they ruled. Not all of them are positive songs. Most folks have pretty negative feelings about the Netherlese, especially when they killed the god of magic and endangered all of magic in the realm. But as far as these particular ruins and songs that you can think of, there's, other than knowing they're Netherlese, other than being able to associate them with the city of Yithrin itself, a place that was known particularly for its potent sorcerers, there's not much else of use that you can discern. And then the last room.
Yep.
There is an increasingly narrow, twisting hall as you make your way through into this honestly final chamber of this entire thing as far as your explorations go. As you turn that final corner, there is, well, I make sure that there's nothing labeled, is there?
No.
Nothing in the room. Let me make a quick adjustment before I show what's in the middle of the room. There is, in the very center of this room, in fact, I'll just draw
A smiley face?
it.
Holding it
Very
back.
happy.
What appears to be a solid block of that. Oh, that's also the wrong layer.
With a smiley face holding a bag of treasure.
A solid block of what appears to be another one of those blocks, a particularly large one that fell in this section of the cavern.
Ooh. You know what time it is. Detect magic.
Go ahead. You detect magic, and there is, of course, the pervasive magic of this entire area. And there is something a bit unusual. Let me double check. The block in the middle of the room does not seem to radiate magic at
Well, that's odd. There's no magic at all on this.
And just to check, Mirth, you take a couple steps back with detect magic still going on, and you see another piece of Yithrin, one of the fragments, and it does contain this slight aura of magical energies.
What's the other little piece that I'm seeing?
Just one of the pieces from the other room. So just
Okay,
a
but this
a
one is
meaningless
benign
fragment, but this one's benign.
for some reason.
Yes.
That's so odd. Usually these things radiate some kind of magic, but this one is just like a normal rock. Mirth wraps his knuckles on it.
Okay. You
die.
wrap your knuckle on it, and at the first
gonna
knock,
die.
as you pull your hand back, it's stuck.
No! No!
Why,
Oh,
though?
god damn it.
There
I
is
hate you.
a
I hate you
split
so
that
much.
appears just below the stone where you
God.
knocked as a mouth opens,
It's the oldest trick in
revealing
the book.
4 rows of teeth. A
Yeah.
long,
I got mimicked.
wet tongue
I
extends
can't
out
believe
and
it.
licks up your forearm.
No.
Oh,
I deserve
And
this.
that is where we're going to
No.
end for the evening.
Oh my
Fuck.
god.
Whoa!
I can't believe I did that. I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you done this.
Yeah, look at you cackling because you finally got a player with that classic shit. I cannot believe That's great. I deserved it. I've been mimicked. It was my own fault. And it's very Mirth. So I'm done. Let me touch it. Let me knock on it.
I'm so
Look how much your DM is laughing right now.
I'm so happy.
Well, I'm
Evil.
glad.
Hold on. I have to use the Discord soundboard for this. It's so important. It's so important.
Hello and welcome. I'm the last hit point hero, and I am here to kick your ass.
No!
Oh my god. That
Oh,
feeling when one of your players falls for it, hook, line, and sinker.
oh god, I just loved it. I didn't think you'd touch it so soon.
You can count on me.
I thought there would be
Your
a little bit more
ninth
depth,
level
a little bit more
character.
back and forth. I thought
Fucking
we'd
got
get
him.
some will they, won't they, but no, not
They
from
simply
Al.
will.
Not with
Al
this
walks
group.
up and
Are you
Mirth
kidding me?
says, "Thank
We
you.
almost-
I'll have another splash."
We just had to walk away from repeating something that we did already.
And only
Like,
because
what
Astoria
do you
pointed
mean?
it out,
Yeah,
literally.
like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
This is-
oh my god.
You know,
Oh.
I absolutely adore this party for so many reasons. First off, all of you are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. but just having the idea of releasing the mummy in a story has just got to be standing there dumbstruck at what's going on. It's like, wait, no.
Like, oh no, we killed the things that he's looking for. We're so fucked if he finds us again.
But we didn't do
Everything's
it.
fine. It's all fine. Everything is going to be great.
We just
We're
blamed
just like raising hell with every step. We're awakening every single dormant thing in this forgotten cavern. We're just like, wake up! Wakey, just walking, slamming
we're not
pots and
very quiet.
pans,
This
I think we're the opposite of
touching
quiet.
everything, ripping the plastic wrapping off of the couch that your mom never let you sit on.
Thing, so
Al, that description is so perfect because I mean, let's just stop and think about what's happened. The very first thing that happened is we left off the last session with all of you pulling a giant spear out of the ground. So that was the end of last session. You then walk into a group of Nothics huddled together, essentially doing nothing. I do blame Tony for this one, but you know, you
Tony,
poke at
you broke the evil.
you poke at the Nothic nest until Tony, throws
Made
them
it
at you.
explode. Mhm.
And you walk into you see a desiccated skeleton with a chest burst out of it. First thing Brahm does is go up and stick his face in the chest hole to see what's going on. You walk over and find a mummy locked behind ice, immediately release it. Almost, if it weren't for Astoria, everyone walks toward the giant octopus trapped in the ice
Yeah.
again. I mean,
Everything's fine.
It is.
We're
just-
exploring.
Yep.
We're good at this. We're 9th level and we're good at this. Oh my god, I had a thought. I was afraid. The reason why I got particularly pissed before it dawned it was a mimic. The first initial horrified thought was, I was like, what if this is some variant of a gelatinous cube that's
I was
frozen over?
thinking
And
that.
then I was thinking about it, and then like a second later, my brain went, or a mimic, and then you were like, and its teeth, and I was like, okay, it's that one. But like, I was worried his hand was going to get sucked in the moment your face turned evil and you started giggling. I was like, which kind of it did, but like, it just like, I love it. I haven't gotten got by a mimic for like 10 years of my role-playing career, so well done.
It was
I
time.
just imagine May like getting ready to tell you not to touch it, and you.
Yeah, Maya's like, Mirth, don't clonk, clonk.
Yeah, it's too late. His hand's already in it.
Yep. As soon as Al said, I knock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were so happy.
God, I've never. Oh, so. Thank you everyone for joining us this evening. We're gonna wrap just a little bit early, so that when we get back and Squiggles' computer's back together, that Hush can come running in to help in an incredibly close quarters fight of that starts with Mirth attached to a mimic.
Yay.
So we're going to go around the circle, just say who you are, and really quickly either links or where we can find you. And then our chit chat pretty much did our, concerns, comments, conundrums, and qualms. So we, unless someone has a specific question, we'll pretty much skip that. So let's go around the horn. We'll start with Heck and tell us who you are, who you played, and where we can find you.
Yeah, oh my god, hi, it's me, Sir Heckalot. I'm here. I'm on your screen, and I played Astoria tonight. It was great to be back as this character. You can find me all over the internet at Sir Heckalot, including Twitch, Itch, I guess Twitter as long as supplies last, etc., etc. It's in the link, and so is everybody else's links that I just put in chat. Check out thatcard.co. You can find everybody pretty easily. But yeah, it's the best place to figure out where I'm going to be in the TTRPG space next, because I tend to wander a lot and wear a lot of hats and do a lot of things. It has only gotten more hectic since I started a 4th year of vet school. But yeah, at least in terms of the things that I'm in, you can find myself in HP every other Monday, right back here for Oathsworn Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, where there's gonna be drama next episode, guys. There's gonna be so much drama. You don't want to miss it.
Yay.
So much drama. Oh my god. And then every other Tuesday you can find me over on Enchanting Sorcery with Into the Old Margrave, which is an Into the Woods style 5e campaign. very cool stuff. Then on Wednesdays, variable, but generally Wednesdays, you can find me over on Lantern Light Adventures, playing in Old Gods of Appalachia, and we're towards the end game. I think we have maybe an episode or two left, so we'll see if the consequences of our actions end up being our undoing, or if we're actually going to fix things. Who knows? But yeah, that's me.
On around to Al.
Yeah, my name is Al Lucart. I play Mirth here. The next time you'll see me is on our next episode of Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. And you can find links to my art and my sites in the card.co that has appeared in the chat. Thank you all, except for the DM who put me into a mimic.
Look,
Yes, how dare.
I want to say that you had all the necessary clues to make the decision not to touch it. Wait, it's not glowing. It's glowing. This one's not glowing. I'm gonna touch it. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was so great. So happy. So happy with the situation.
Next.
Continuing
Stop
down
bloating.
and around to T.
Hi, I'm T, and you can see me in 2 weeks here for this game.
over to Janie.
Hi, I'm Janie. I'll be here too in 2 weeks for this game, but I think I have a game on Thursday here. I think it's this week. I don't know. I hope so.
Perfect. And then I have been and will continue to be the last hit point hero. I am so happy right now. I cannot explain. I'm trying to.
Lord.
There we go. Map layer. There we go.
It's every DM's dream, honestly. It really is.
It absolutely is.
Such a
Can't put it-
classic, too.
Can't put it behind the mimic. Why can't I put it behind the mimic? Anyway, you can find me where Hex said. I will be here for Oathsworn in a couple weeks. Other than that, you can find me here. I don't have much more going on. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Any last thoughts before we say our farewells for now?
Now, okay, what if you decide to change your mind and say it's not a mimic? And you just like give us whatever we want.
Well, that is an option
Please?
that I will disregard. Here, let me stick a bit closer to the
That's
box.
very
Course.
polite.
No. Thank you so much for joining us. I had a blast. I hope you had a blast. Until we see you again, there is one rule and only one rule. Stick them to a mimic. All right, Foxy,
God
take
damn
us
it.
out of here.